Joining us tonight, Senator Rick Scott from Senate Homeland Security. It's great to have you on, sir. Okay, this is what's going on. We've got the governors of New York, Democrat governors, and also California saying you have to wear masks indoors, right? Even if you're vaccinated. The crime situation, though, is really bad on the ground. People are feeling that the White House and Democrats are really out of touch with what Americans are feeling on Main Street. The president's approval ratings not good on crime. 2/3 disapprove in a new ABC News Ipsos poll. The White House saying we are spending money on funding cops. What do you say to all of this?
Well, think about a family. I mean, if you think about a typical mom and dad, they're scared about, raising their kids. They want to live in a safe neighborhood. They know if they're in a Democrat-run city, the murder rate's way up. They're sending their kids to school, and they're worried about the public school system being soft on crime. Then now you see this border being open. We know that 100,000 people died of drug overdoses last year, and every parent's scared to death that could happen to their kid. So these ideas of defunding the police, not holding criminals accountable. If you work at a retail store, you're worried about in these Democrat cities of being looted. The carjackings are up. You just worry about, you feel so sorry for these families that they just want to go get a job, make sure the kids get a good education, live in a safe community, and these Democrats don't care.
And Senator, now we're seeing a growing number of residents in Los Angeles, in Beverly Hills, and Hollywood. They're buying weapons. These are hardcore kind of left-wing environs. They're buying now guns due to a rise in home invasions and robberies. We're talking the LA County Sheriff's Office is seeing permit requests coming in, more than 8,100 concealed carry weapon applications over the last several years. That's versus just under 200 in the 4 years prior.
Well, and think about it. It hurts the poorest families the most. I mean, if you have money, you can go get private security, but the poor family that's struggling to make ends meet, they can't move apartments or move homes all the time. They're stuck with their local public school, and they probably can't afford even to have a gun to defend themselves. And so who gets hurt? It's always the poorest family, the elderly, those are the ones that get hurt. And the Democrats they're soft on crime. They think the criminals are the good guys. I mean, this mostly peaceful protest, no, it's not mostly peaceful. We need to be tough on crime. You commit a crime, you should have to serve your time.
Okay, so, here's the thing. We've got Eric Swalwell talking about you have to get vaccinated if you're going to get on an airplane. That's what he wants. You had the Atlantic's David Frum saying treat the unvaccinated last in hospitals. But, there's that. They're talking about that when you have the U.S. murder rate rising 30% since 2019. At least a dozen major cities, including New York City, historical murder records in 2021. The outgoing mayor, de Blasio, downplaying it, claiming we're safer than when he took office. Philadelphia DA saying there's no violent crime crisis when there is. Homicides are up.
Yeah, and, why don't the Democrats go do their job? What you should be doing is give people good information about the vaccine, about what's happening with COVID. People will make a good choice. When I was governor of Florida, I didn't mandate people evacuate from a hurricane. I said, here are the issues you got to deal with. This is where you can go. This is what I would do. When we had Zika healthcare crisis, I gave pregnant women a free test. I told them where the transmission of Zika was, and they made good, informed decisions. Give Americans credit. We can make good choices. My dad had a 6th-grade education. He wasn't dumb. He just didn't have much of an education. He could make a good decision. Trust Americans. We'll make good choices.
Okay, the thing is that people feel like they care more about putting mandates on top of their heads and versus helping them with stopping crime. Let's watch the Los Angeles County Sheriff hitting back at the local DA, George Gascon, who's been criticized for going weak on crime. Let's listen to this. Watch.
Well, you know what? I'm not going to get into the personal attacks. I'm going to focus on performance. If you can't do the job, you need to get out of office, plain and simple. Roughly 12,000 cases in his first year in office that he has not prosecuted, that we made the arrest, did the investigation, established all the elements of the crime, presented it, and they decided, well, our special order says we're just not going to prosecute at all. So that's 12,000 times that the crook walked away scot-free. What kind of message is that selling to the criminal community are sending to the criminal community right now. And actually, you're 12%. No, for LA County, our jurisdictions, homicides are up over 40% this year alone. And that number is just astonishing. Grand theft auto is up over 25%. So the numbers keep climbing, and all he's doing, again, like I said, he continues down a failed path.
So they're going weak on crime in California, but putting mask mandates on even the vaccinated indoors. Do you see the disconnect? Do you see how angry people can get over that?
I mean, you know, this happened to me when I was governor. I had a state attorney elected. They didn't want to prosecute, so I took all of her cases away from her. We gave them to another state attorney. You have to, if you commit a crime, you're going to be prosecuted. There's due process. You're going to be prosecuted. That's why when I left office as governor, we're at a 47-year low in our crime rate. Support the law enforcement. They're there to help you. Teach your children and grandchildren to respect law enforcement. Help them every day you can. You'll have a safer neighborhood.
You know what's really working is Amazon's Ring network. The Ring camera on the doors I mean, they've hooked up with like 2,000 police and fire departments, and they're catching bad guys on those cameras. And, you know, we're looking at numerous studies showing that people use their own personal firearm over 2 million times a year, but more than 90% of the time, they're just brandishing the gun. They're not even firing it, right? They're just maybe shooting it off, and they're not shooting it at the attacker maybe 8% of the time. So Americans are standing up on their own to defend themselves when their local governments are not. I mean, so people talk about the prevalence of guns. It's because of bad policies. Your final word?
Yeah, why? So we pay these taxes for law enforcement. Our elected officials need to support our law enforcement. Law enforcement wants to do their job. There's wonderful people go into this to keep people safe. Support your law enforcement. That means all of us, including all the elected officials in this country.
Senator Rick Scott, good to see you. Come back soon.